Adonis has its own migration system that we will use to create or update a table by using JavaScript. In the last lesson, we already set up the Adonis JS Lucid package along with the SQLite database driver. So we can just go ahead and start creating migrations. The AS command line tool shipped with Adonis Pipe provides various commands to handle migrations. The first command we will use is make migration. So the command is node s make migration items. Item is the table name that we are going to create. So the table is created. A new folder is added to our project root. Database. Inside the database, you will find a folder called migrations, and inside the migrations, here is our items.ts file. Inside the items file, you will see it's basically a class that is extending the base schema. Inside the class, there are three things to notice. The first one is the table name variable. So in our case, the table name is items. After that, there will be two functions, up and down. Up method will be executed when we run our migrations, and the down method will execute when we do rollback or reset our migrations. Now inside the up method, we are using the create table method of schema. The first argument is the table name that we have already defined here. And next, it's a callback function where we will add our columns. So by default, you will find a column named ID, which is the primary key and its auto increment. And the next thing you will find is table timestamps true. When we set table timestamps to true, it will automatically create and add two columns, created at and updated at, and both will have the type of date time. We are creating an inventory system where the items table will store the details of the item available in stock. Each item will have an ID, a name, quantity, and price. So let's create that. Item name will be of type string. Quantity will be integer. And again, the price will also be integer. Now we need to run the migration. In order to do that, the command is migration run. So here is the output. The migration runs successfully. Now you will see a SQLite file inside the TMP folder called db.sqlite3. This command actually runs the migration for us. That means the table structure we have created here will automatically be migrated to the database. In order to look into the database, you can find any graphical user interface software for SQLite browser. I'm using a tool called DB Browser for SQLite. Open the tool and click on Open Database. Now go to the path where your database exists, and here it is. Now Now in the table section, you can see there are total 3 tables. The first one is Adonis schema, second one is item, and third one is SQLite sequence. The SQLite sequence is dedicated to SQLite database. For Adonis schema, this table contains fields like ID, name, batch, and migration time. Basically, this table tracks the migration batch and time so that you can revert to any migration batch you have used before. In the items table, you can see the fields are ID, name, quantity, price, and created at, updated at. So this is how migrations work in Adonis.